We're going to do one of those high-level flyovers again. Tray tables in their full upright position, chair backs locked, seat belts fastened.
Is it true today?
This universe, this world that we live on is not natural. It's supernatural. The vast array that is the universe, that is the galaxies, that is beyond our comprehension, was incomplete until God created us. God is love. He redeems his people and restores them to fellowship with himself. Biblically, that's the purpose of marriage, a purpose, a cause greater than yourself that you need someone to help you fulfill. There's the principle. It's not about you, because if it is all about you, you're doomed. Lasting love is a product of purposeful partnership, committed companionship, and intentional intimacy.
Jackson, we're in a boat. You can hear the water on the side of the boat calmly sloosh. And then all of a sudden there's this big bolt of lightning, and I grabbed Jackson really tight. And I said, Jackson, the boat begins to rock really hard. And Jackson actually begins to leave my arms. He's going in the air, and we begin to think, we're going to die. The boat's going to sink. Jesus, save us. And Jesus wakes up from his nap, and he stretches out his hands, and he says, peace, be still. He will catch you, just like I caught Jackson, if you will let him.
The key word in today's lesson is covenant. And so here's our covenant. We become the children of God, and we become his family. We become objects of his love, people whom he can bless. We become his children. Heaven is our home, and he promises if we'll leave this world and we'll leave the values of this world, that he will take us there. He who began a good work in you will be faithful to complete it.
Larry, how much stuff do you need to be happy?
I don't know. How much stuff is there?
Whom have I in heaven but you? And earth has nothing I desire besides you. You know, a real person penned those words. That was the cry of a real heart. And so here's why it's challenging to me. I'm saying, is that the cry of my heart? Here's what I'm convinced of. I am absolutely convinced that the closer our hearts match that cry, the easier it is to save.
Where they were going was not nearly as important as who they were becoming. He taught them, you can only have one day at a time. Are we there yet? He let them be attacked, just like he let them be thirsty, and he let them be hungry, so they could learn that he was their source. When we reach that point where we say, God, just let me be yours, God says, now I want to display my goodness in your life. Build your community around these principles. There are two parts. Our relationship with God, verses 1 through 4, commandments 1 through 4. Our relationship with each other, commandments 6 through 10. That's really God's principles for building a strong community. The tithe was established to be sure that the presence of God was made manifest before the eyes of the people of the world. We want the people of this community to anticipate every holiday and say, you got to get over to Faith Christian Community, because they just give stuff away. God chose to be the heart of their community. He wanted his presence, he wanted worship of himself to be the very center of their community. He's taken his presence from the center of the camp, from one special place, one special location in the camp, or on the earth in Jerusalem, and he's dispersed it all over the world because he's making his presence available to everyone we come in contact with so that they will see the glory of God.
I'm living for you.
I double dog dare you to join me in reading the Old Testament between now and the end of May.
This challenge really is a challenge. It's a challenge to bring us as families closer together, and we think that this Old Testament challenge is doing just that.
Here's the deal. This is not a got-to issue. It's a get-to issue.
What's been a real blessing is when one of the three girls come up and asks us, when are we going to read, or how many chapters are we going to read tonight? And they really invigorate us to sit down and take the time to do it.
If you, my people, if you adults will proclaim that there is no other God beside me, I will pour out my Spirit on your children and on your grandchildren.